So, welcome again. This is our community, small but growing, very new. We started it in September, October actually, and I'm very happy that more and more people are interested joining and learning about natural ways of healing multiple sclerosis and any other autoimmune disease. Okay, all right, let me see which way. Oh, here we go. All right, so tonight we are going to talk about fasting and detox. And I'm going to share a little bit about my story. I see most of you are new here, so I don't know how much you know or if you read the book. I just want to give you a short overview, but mainly where I am coming from and how far I got, because I truly believe that everybody can get here. All right, hi Chris. I think that's Jasmine. All right, so yes, so tonight is about detox and fasting, and you can find, you are part of the community, I assume. That's how you find the Zoom link. And if you go under classroom, I'm walking you through step by step what I did and how we are approaching these two topics. But if you go to the classroom, which is on the second tab here, you can find more information, downloadable sheets, videos here. Detox is this, and the fasting is the second one after that. So here is a little bit about me. I was diagnosed with MS in 2019. It was 5 days before my 35th birthday, and it was devastating, but I'm sure whoever received this diagnosis, you felt the same way. The first thing I changed was my diet, because I felt like that's under my control, and also after reading Dr. Wall's protocol, I was so motivated that if she did it, I can do it too. And this actually helped me to stay symptoms free, and of course I became pregnant, so that also contributed to my symptoms free 2 year, I would say. 2 years later, I gave birth to my daughter, and in 2020, I became a certified health coach at Dr. Sears Institute, while I was also doing a very strict diet, the 30-day elimination diet, which is the autoimmune protocol. And it's interesting because we're going to have a guest speaker on Saturday in the community, and she's going to talk about how she reversed all her symptoms doing the same diet. It's very important to know about the autoimmune protocol, that it helps healing the gut, and that's the diet that I kind of focusing on under the classroom tab, under the food is medicine section, like the food recommendations and all of those, if you want to check those out as well. So in 2023, we published Beating Multiple Sclerosis book, and that's when I actually learned the importance of stress management, and how most of the people who are sharing their story, the common thing was the stress. Like, everybody talks about how they had relapses and symptoms when some kind of stressful episode occurred in their lives. So I was really focusing on managing my mindset, and I was more focused on that, like, since we published that book. And in 2024, that was when my spiritual awakening happened, and it's kind of interesting just to say that, but I never thought that there are so much healing inside of us, and that's when I realized that I need to learn more about it. Like, I became a Reiki practitioner. I focused on mind and body connections and energy medicine, and it was just transformational. But interestingly, I think because I was tuning into my body more, that's when I also explored parasite cleaning, parasite cleanse, and heavy metal detox the same year. And I'm happy to report that today I'm symptoms free, and according to my neurologist, functional neurologist, I halted the disease, and this was based on the MRI in March 2025. One thing my journey taught me is that true healing doesn't come from one method or a quick fix, but a full body, full soul approach. And that's why we are here in this community, to explore different methods and see what's working for everybody, because we are all different and we all learn from each other. So let's go back to fasting because that's why we are here. Like I said, we have a whole module, like a mini module in the classroom tab. So I'm just going to walk you through the importance of fasting. For me, fasting happened, I discovered it actually last year because I used to do intermittent fasting on and off. And sometimes I felt amazing and sometimes I just didn't feel good at all. I became anxious and I just needed to, like, I just couldn't hold the 12 hours, 14 hours. It was really hard for me. So then, just like with all the books that I read in my life, somebody recommended me this book, and Fasting Like a Girl by Dr. Mindy Plus. Here is the book. It's an amazing book, and we are using her protocol. Yes, I'm showing the book, but I don't think you can see the book because I'm sharing my screen. So anyway, the fasting, it has a lot of benefits, including brain repair and focus, cellular regeneration, metabolism reset, hormone balance. It helps reduces inflammation, and this mini course will walk you through what to do. And since I think we are all women here, it's important to know that we fast differently than men, and for us, because our hormones are different, it's a little bit more complicated, just like with everything else, I feel like. And I just want to know, like, this for information is educational purposes only. It's not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, and nor should be considered as medical advice. It's my personal journey I'm sharing, and hopefully it helps you if you want to try it out. Okay, so introducing fasting. So like I said, with fasting you can naturally boost, restore balance, boost energy, and activate your body's self-healing abilities. Over the years, I tried, I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice, I'm sorry. Over the years, I tried many different fasts, and when I read this book by Dr. Mindy Plaz, everything just made sense. I realized what I was doing wrong, and I made my own guides how to do her recommendations, and since then everything changed. Like every time I was like every morning, I literally, when I woke up, I felt amazing. It didn't matter if I am in the middle of my period or at the end of my period, but I just felt great. And that's a great question, why we need to fast. Because our bodies are adapting. They are brilliant, and they learn if we do something repeatedly, after a while it's not going to work. The same thing as, like, if you take Advil, 2 months later you're going to need 2 Advils because one is not going to work. So that's why we need to switch fasting around, just like fasting hours. If we do the same thing every day, like same meals, same timing, same supplements, our body just gets used to it. And varying the fasting schedule helps our body stay responsive and ready to repair, ready to fight. And here are the different lengths of fasts, and I'll share you where I am right now. The first month I was doing the intermittent fasting kind of type that Dr. Mindy Plaz recommends, but around my cycle, which was 12 hours to 16 hours. And this was helping with my energy, and according to Dr. Mindy, it helps with brain fog, weight, and focus. Then I started doing the 17-hour fast, which helps with detox and repair. And this month I did 2 24-hour fasts. And if somebody never done fasting, it might sound like it's really hard, but it's not really hard. Anybody who done the 17-hour fast, like for 2 months, it can easily do the 24-hour fast, because your body is already adapting a little bit, and you can last for 24 hours. And 24 hours is 12 hours sleep, so you only have to kind of stay away from food for another 12 hours. For fat burner, that's the 36 hours. And I actually did the fat burner once, not accidentally, but it was the timing. I stopped eating at 7:30 p.m. at night. I had my dinner, and I lasted that night and that next day. and I was kind of hungry at 7:30 p.m. next day, but I went to bed instead of eating anything. So this is how I did the 36 hours, and I woke up and I felt like a new human being. I just felt really great all day, and of course a little bit weak, because if you don't eat 36 hours, your body is kind of like wants to rest more. But I did it, and I was it felt really good. And my goal is to hopefully in like 2 months I do the 72 hours, because that's when it reduces inflammation, helps with aging, and that's when deep healing happens. I don't know if you're familiar with Gary Brecka. He talks about that a lot, and there is a different protocol for that. You kind of have to, you can drink bone broth during the first day and the last day. That's actually help you to give you some energy, so it makes it a little bit easier. But I'll share when I'm there. Okay. And yes, I mentioned it that fasting for men and fasting for women are different, because we have cycles, periods, and even if we don't, our hormones are still there, so we kind of have to consider that. Okay, so here is the menstrual cycle and fasting. If you don't have your menstrual cycle, if you are in menopause or after menopause, you can just pick a day and start this 30-day, 30-day reset. And I'm going to show you a sheet what you can follow. For those who are still getting your periods, you start with day 1, and that's when your hormones, estrogen, they are starting to rise. And it's great to start fasting 17 plus hours. Then from day 11 to day 15, estrogen and testosterone peaks, so you should fast less, or don't even fast. 12 hours is not really fasting, because if you stop eating at 7:30, next morning 7:30, it's 12 hours. Then on day 16, your hormones changes again, estrogen drops and progesterone rises, and that's when Dr. Mindy recommends to fast 13 to 15 hours a day, which is very manageable. And the last period, which is day 19 to the 28, you shouldn't fast at all. You should just listen to your body, eat comfort foods, whatever you are craving for, and that's the time when your body recovers and needs all the emotional support and everything, because you feel less energized, which is very interesting, because I am on day 27 right now, and I have a lot of energy, which is kind of surprising, but maybe it's because of the 24-hour fast. I'm not sure. I'm not going to go into deep what to eat during the fast, because or what I'm eating during the fast, or what Dr. Mindy recommends to eat during the fast, because that's covered in the course. But it's very important how to break the fast. So if you are fasting for 14 hours, you wake up in the morning and you see there is 1 more hour left, it's recommended to eat a spoon, or take a spoon of MCT oil, avocado or nut butter, something. Start with the healthy fats, and then you can last for another hour, and then you go on with like some kind of healthy option breakfast. This will kill the hunger, and you can extend the fast with that. If your goal is to build muscles, then it's recommended to eat protein first, like wild fish, chicken, beef, or eggs, if it's in your diet. You can also, if you do probiotics or fermented food like kimchi or yogurt, that helps healing the gut. So you have some options that you can do: bone broth, green juice, to break the fast. This way your gut microbiome is just healing, versus eating McDonald's or something like a fast food, something bad that's not going to help you with your recovery. Okay, so this is the sheet I created, and it's downloadable. It's very easy to use. That's what I'm using every month. I just put this month was January. This is the 30-day reset. So I used this sheet 3 times before I went to the advanced fasting. And this sheet actually tells you like the first few days it says 13 hours, 13 hours, 13 hours, and then goes up to 15 hours and 17 hours. So all you have to do is write down. It really helps me because I don't have to keep all the time, all the hours in my mind. I just write down, and next morning I check like what time should I be eating. Or sometimes I don't even check, or I don't even follow, and then I just go to day 5 because I fill out this part where the date goes like January 5, January 6, January 7, so I know where I am with my cycle. And next month, when I get my cycle, my period, I just start with day 1 again, a new sheet. So it's kind of easy. And when I share this with people, they are like, yes, but I couldn't last for 17 hours or day 6. And that's completely okay. If you don't last 17 hours, then on day 7, you just go back and try it again. On day 8, if you do 12 hours, you just write it down. And I'm telling you, over the weeks, you are going to progress and your body is going to adjust, and it's going to be more easier to last for 17 hours or 15 hours. Plus, when you feel like how much energy and how better you are feeling, then you really want to push yourself a little bit further. All right, so here are the detox habits, which are very, very important, especially if you want to do, or if you are considering parasite or heavy metal detox, because it's very important to have our pathways open. Detox helps eliminate toxins, reduce inflammation, restore balance, and it's leading to a better energy, clearer thinking, improved digestion, stronger immunity, and just better health overall. And this is our mini course here. I walk you through what to do to make sure all 8 detox pathways are clear. And yes, these are the detox pathways, the 8 primary drainage pathways. The colon, liver, kidney, lymphatic system, lungs, skin, lymphatic system, which is very important. We have like a small course on this too, how to get a good night's sleep, and what kind of things you can do to improve your sleep, because that's when your body heals during the night. And then lastly, the nasal passages here. So think of it like your body is a river, and when it flows, then your detox pathways are open. But when it's blocked, there is no way to eliminate toxins, and that's when you start having symptoms. So it's very important to keep these pathways open. When your pathways are blocked, you may experience some of these symptoms: fatigue, brain fog, constipation, bloating, skin issues, swollen limbs, headaches, bad breath, sleep disturbances, hormone imbalances, and including weight gains as well. But you can also have like random symptoms. So this is my 2 favorite sheets that you can just print out, and I'm not gonna go over them, but I can just mention few of the things that you can do to, these are categorized by the detox pathways, and which one is, what can you do to open, or the questionnaire covers actually how to check if you need to work on the specific pathways. You can do that easily, just fill out the score and see what needs attention here. But most of these things, we are already doing it. It just needs a little bit more attention, I feel like drinking water. How much water are you drinking during the day? Or maybe getting a dry brush and doing that before you take a shower. Or remembering to do some kind of stretching to open up the lymphatic system, or taking deep breaths and doing some breathing exercises to make sure your nasal passages are open. So these are just reminders that we can do, and this is also considered detox. We just kind of forget to do them consistently. So to these days, I like to use some of these sheets to kind of remind me what to do. Yes, And I'm not sure if you are interested doing a parasite or heavy metal detox, but we have a call scheduled, and some of our members are starting one in the middle of February. We have a call on February 18 on Wednesday, and you are more than welcome to join us. And under the parasite and heavy metal course or module, you can find more details on the kit, the tinctures that we are using. I've been using it for years now, and it's really it's gentle and it supports your body. And yes, thank you so much for being here and watching this presentation. I would love to hear if you have any questions or if you've done any detox, if you are considering fasting, just any thoughts you might have. I would love to hear it. Hold on, I didn't check the chat until now. I don't know if you entered any questions here. Okay, I'm glad that Wanda is following Dr. Mindy now. That's amazing. Yes, she's great. So, how often do I recommend detoxing and fasting? Fasting became my lifestyle, and it can be very addictive. And it's not because it's when I was diagnosed with MS, I was crying that I can't eat muffin anymore. Like, I was so devastated that there are so much food out there and so delicious, and I'm not able to eat it. It turns out I actually can eat all those foods. I just have to change all the ingredients, and I have to pick a gluten-free option, and sometimes they even taste better. But with fasting, when I introduce fasting, it's just I feel so amazing after doing fasting that I don't even crave those things anymore. I don't crave salt or sugar. So it became my lifestyle. It's hard to say how often because I kind of have the printout here, and not every day, but like a few times a week, I write down like how long I fasted. And I'm just doing it constantly, the fasting now. For the 24-hour fast, it's just like twice a month, and I'm doing it based on what Dr. Mindy recommends. And if let's say it's on a Saturday and I don't want to do a 24-hour fast on a Saturday based on what she recommends, so I just gonna skip it and I do it next month. So I'm more listening to my body, what I need, versus how many times I have to do things. Do you cook the same meals for your family, or do you make something separate for yourself? That's a great question. I am not making. Thank God my son and daughter started eating the same food, and they are almost 6 and 4 years old, so it's hard to make them the same dishes that we are eating. But my husband also became gluten free because he just started feeling much better, so it was an easy switch. Um, Yes, can I ask in video chat? I'm not sure what that question is, but yes, you can turn it on. Yes, hi.
Okay, okay, hi. So I feel like it's definitely amazing hearing all of this about fasting coming from doing walls. I've been doing walls for a while. I've been diagnosed for 8 years, and I've had two children since I've been diagnosed. And everything that I have ever experienced as a woman has been related to my hormones. So I think it's really fascinating that you're saying that fasting is really based cycle to cycle. To me, that feels like why is this not being talked more about? So that's amazing. Also, my question too is something I've been debating is I feel very ill right now after having this baby. I relapsed recently. And I did test positive through my functional doctor for parasites. And I'm at a point of like, do I supplement breastfeeding so that I can stop and do a parasite cleanse? Like, would it be more beneficial for me to like take care of myself than just the baby, like both? So I'm wondering how long is your parasite program like that you do together?
How old is your baby?
6 months. Yeah.
That's such a tough question, and I'm
Yeah.
sorry to hear about your relapse. And thank you, Jasmine, to jumping on here. I'm sure you have feedback here also. That's such a hard question to answer
Yeah.
because I put my babies first. For
Same.
10 months, I was breastfeeding. I did have like few flares. I didn't have any relapses.
Yeah.
Now I look back, I think it was because of the sleep deprivation. Like I didn't
Yes.
get enough sleep, and my body was just not liking it.
Yeah.
If you can focus on sleep somehow
Yeah.
and push it to like 10, 12 months, because the parasite cleanse is 30 days, and definitely I don't think it's, I have to look it up, but I don't think it's recommended to do during breastfeeding.
It's not. So that's why I was considering like supplementing through a period
Yeah.
just to try to help myself.
Yes, but
But
try
yeah,
fasting because you can do
fasting.
fasting, and
Okay.
fasting is your body is healing during
Yeah.
that time naturally without putting additional anything, any
Sure.
detox, any tinctures, anything. You know, you just
Sure.
letting it to naturally cleanse out everything that maybe you can even get rid of some of the symptoms.
Yeah.
I
That
don't.
sounds great.
So you don't have your period now because you are breastfeeding, right?
I've never been that person. I don't know why. I just don't. So I do. Yeah.
You do. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. So that actually makes it easier. Then you can
Yeah.
just start the fasting with like 12 hours, 14 hours, and let's see how you feel. And I'm sure it's not going to affect the breast milk.
Sure. No, that sounds wonderful. Thank you so much. I've had zero people to talk to about it because obviously those are two very strange things that don't really go hand in hand. So,
Yes.
yeah. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome. How strict are you with Dr. Wall's protocol?
So I'm pretty strict about it. And I was a pastry chef. So I had to cut out all those muffins and everything. I made them. So I always say if I can do it, anyone can do it. But
Yes.
no, I do it pretty strictly. So I'm very strict paleo. Um,
That
yeah, so
that's great.
thank
Yes,
you.
that's
It's
great.
always my two children, 6 months. Once they turned 6 months old, I relapsed verbatim. So I think when I started feeding them foods and I stopped breastfeeding as much, my hormones changed and I relapsed. So 2 times. Yep.
Very interesting. Your body is going through changes, and that's when I actually considered the first time ever after my diagnosis to start taking medication because I became so postpartum. I had so much fear and anxiety about the future. I was just ready to get some kind of release and take medication, but luckily I just started feeling better, so I never did. But yeah, that's great that you are following that diet and doing all those things. I
Yeah.
think fasting is the missing piece.
Yeah, I think so. Definitely I'm gonna give it a try. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Jasmine, would you like to add anything?
I was going to, but I think you said everything perfectly. I think it all aligns. As you said, I don't think she should, stop breastfeeding to do the parasite cleanse. I think the parasite cleanse would take you over the edge. I think it's too intense for your body at the moment during this relapse. So yes, I think fasting will help. And then just check to see, maybe get some blood work done, or check to see what you need at the moment when it comes to minerals and vitamins to help you support you during the relapse.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Community. So great.
Thank you for saying that. Natalie is asking, do you juice or make smoothies regularly? In the summer, I love smoothies. In the winter, I love bone broth. It's just smoothies are too cold for me. I need to keep my body warm. It just makes me feel, and especially if I wanna break the fast, bone broth is much better than smoothies. Juicing is an interesting topic because I would love to do the celery juice every morning. In the summer, I'm kind of every other day I'm doing it. I'm focusing more drinking water with lemon, so that's part of my detox regimen. Juicing, not during the winter. I wish I do it a little bit more. And question, do you make your own bone broth or is there a brand you recommend? There is a brand, Carol and Fire and Carol, I think that's the brand. They are very healthy and I used to get them, but now I just make my own bone broth and I put it in the freezer, I defrost it and drink it. It's not as hard as you might think. You just cook it with a bunch of vegetables. You take out the chicken. I don't use like just bones. I use the entire chicken. And I know it doesn't have all the nutrients in it, but it's homemade. So that's what I keep in mind. Okay, the Carol and Fire. I think that's the name of the brand. Yes. Did I miss any other question? You can just turn on the camera and you can ask if I didn't see your question here. I'm scrolling back. All right. Can I ask you what made you join our community? I know this is not a question related to tonight's topic, but I'm just curious. Maybe there's other ways we can support each other. You can type it in the chat or you can answer it. I know for most of our members, Parasite Cleanse was a big initiative, and also Heavy Metal Detox to lower inflammation in my body. Yes. Yes, all these things, changing your diet, doing the fasting, trying Parasite Detox, Parasite Cleanse, like all those things are about lowering the inflammation. And believe it or not, sleep is one of those things as well. I didn't know that Dr. Walls deleted her community. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I'm glad you are here. For the Parasite Cleanse, last year I did it twice. The year before I also did it twice. This year I think I'm planning to do it twice as well, but I kind of want to see how my 72-hour fast goes, because according to a lot of biohackers who I trust more than doctors, I hate to say it, they say that with the 72-hour fast you kind of clean out everything, all the parasites, you just get a new body. And what I learned recently, every 12 months our tissues, our body just regenerates. And it's so important. This is actually from our monthly book club that I learned, from the book that we are reading, that every 12 months it's very important how we are approaching with our mindset, our thoughts, because that's going to last for another 12 months. So I don't know when is the cutoff day or when is this happening, but the sooner you start with positive thinking, just putting different food in your body, doing different things, to following all these protocols, the sooner you can turn things around. Let me know when you are doing the 72-hour fast. We can do it together. Yes, yes, I would love that. Wanda just commented the same thing. Yes, that would be great. Yes, let me just pull up that sheet again. Slideshow. Yes, so I'm going to need, so according to, you can see my screen, right? No, you can see my, okay. So this is a different sheet. This is the advanced reset. According to Dr. Mindy Plass, on day 6, she recommends doing the 24-hour fast. That's when I did mine. And also on day 16, and that was a Friday. So I started on Thursday and I finished Friday at 12 o'clock, the 24-hour fast. And I know that it makes a huge difference because this is how my hormones are working and how everything is just fluctuating. When I was doing the intermittent fasting, I was pushing it and I was eating, like, I didn't eat anything until 12 o'clock at noon. And I felt so anxious, so stressed, I couldn't function. And yes, I did like 17-hour fast, but it didn't make me feel good. And at that time, I didn't know that it was just not the right day to do the 17-hour fast. So that's why it's important to kind of follow this sheet and just see if it's working for you. You can write down how you felt, and maybe you can adjust it next month. So it's kind of, let me just put it in the chat. Dr. Mindy House. Should we try before the detox in February? Yes, you can start the fasting tomorrow. I do recommend doing it before the detox. Yes, that's actually a great idea because it helps with the detox. It helps you open the detox pathways and it cleans your body before the detox. Sure. Everything is under the mini course, the advanced fasting, and also the 30-day detox. You can just download it and print it out from there. Do you guys have any other questions? I'm just, yes, if you are interested about cooking and hanging out with some people in the community, we have a cooking class event scheduled for Wednesday at 12 p.m. I would love for you to be there, and thank you so much. I don't know if I covered everything. If you feel like you still have questions, you can just reach out to me, and I'm happy to get back to you. But fasting is easier than you think. It doesn't cost any money. You can just cut the food out for a certain period of time and then start eating again, and you're gonna feel the benefits instantly. Also, in the book I read that because the book wasn't written for people with autoimmune disease, it was written for women who are trying to lose weight mainly. Dr. Mindy mentioned it that basically during the last part of your period, you can eat anything and everything. You can even cheat on your diet. And that was kind of reassuring. I think that's why my girlfriends who don't have MS, like everybody's just jumped on, like everybody wants to do fasting these days. Oh, thank you for saying that. All right. Have a good evening, everybody. Thank you for being here. I hope I encourage you a little bit to try this fasting, and I hope I see you soon. Thank you. Have a good evening. Bye.